It's Tuesday. Tuesday? I guess it's Tuesday. Well, if you caught the Twitter thread, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, but I'm happy to be here. Also, there's a lot of construction going on outside, so you'll have to let me know if you can hear it and how annoying it is. They were just working on something that just stopped, so maybe we'll be good. I mean, honestly, Rabbit Wombat, we gotta be up with the kids anyway and do other stuff, so it's okay. So I just wanted to talk briefly about Snapships. So I've shown these off a couple times before. The company that makes these PlayMonster has been really nice with sending me review samples, and well, I almost finished the review last night, but then there were other things going on, and I didn't. I was actually working on it at 2 o'clock in the morning when the children woke up and derailed everything. But anyway, I'll finish it today. So the latest thing. So you may have seen my Snapship reviews before, but essentially they are constructible spaceships that have a core of these like blocks that are like this, and then a whole bunch of cool sci-fi details and accessories and weapons and stuff that you put on the outside. I think these are. I genuinely really love this toy line. I think it's really fun. The ships have a lot of personality. The app is great. It has a whole bunch of augmented reality stuff, so you can have the ships like in your living room and shoot at stuff. And yeah, they're really neat. They're they're also like they're chunky, so you know it's good for. They are good for kids as well. All the parts are interchangeable, so if you get, once you have a couple of kits, you can start mixing and matching parts. Yeah, it's really cool. And the newest thing, so they had a bunch of ships, and I have most of them. So the newest thing are a series of 6 of these little drones. So it's a really low price point. I'm not sure exactly what the price is. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, there are 3 good guy drones and 3 bad guy drones. So you don't get quite as much as you get with even a small regular kit, but each one has like an actual firing projectile thing for the kids, and you can also combine. So if you get all 3 of the good guy drones, you can combine it to make some sort of like crazy walker, and so on and so forth. But then you can also use these parts for your other ships, and mix and match, which I think is really, really neat. So yeah, so I'm working on the review for these 6 little guys. I had already put them together. So and what was kind of funny is they give you the instructions to build the individual drones, but they don't give you instructions to make this Franken mecha thing. So I had to just try my best, or just do whatever you want. So this one, I got it close. I know I don't have the whole body shape exactly right, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. So this, it's sort of like a giant walking weapons platform. But then the bad guy, and again, there's a whole story behind all this stuff, but this one's really cool because they're insectile or reptilian kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah. Hey, squirrel. Yeah, it was an interesting night. But this one's neat because especially with this piece, you can get some really good, almost like Cylon kind of stuff going on. And then yeah, so yeah, these are fun. They're cool. I am a fan of the Snap Ships, and yeah, these shoot. If you twist this, these fire out. This one shoots out these little discs by pushing a thing on the back. So it does all sorts of neat stuff. Yeah. Have children. It'll be great. We're definitely going through a phase. Yeah, and then so you can see all the little drones here on the bottom. So anyway, theoretically the review will go up tomorrow. I'll link it, but it should have gone up today. Hey Patty. All right. Let's be Batman. So from the we're going through that phase, and we had this with the Batman's. Yeah, we had this phase with Benjamin, so I'm not too surprised, and I know it will pass. It's just a nightmare when you're in it. When when a child goes from sleeping all through the night to getting woken up at some point during the night, and then not realizing that he can go back to sleep, and that is a phase that I don't know. I don't know if every kid goes through it, but I think a lot of them do. And then it's like, no, you can go back to sleep after you wake up in the middle of the night. So, but it'll get better. It's just a nightmare right now. So this is from the Batman Unlimited series. This was a toy line for kids, and they did some like animated films for children. I haven't actually seen any of them. They did some really goofy stuff with them, like I talked about before, like robotic animals and mech suits, but not in a cool way. Yeah, there's some really goofy stuff in here. I did get this on Amazon, like some kind of deal, because the box was all smashed to hell. There's a whole bunch of crush damage to the box, but it was inspected, so I know it's okay. Yeah, Squirrel. So like I said, so with Benjamin, it was a phase. It didn't last too long, or at least, thankfully, I don't remember it lasting too long. So hopefully Max will be the same and not take too long to start going back to sleep in the middle of the night. You get like this comic book background, and it says Bane is working in an underground lab in Gotham City to develop a new and dangerous venom to destroy Batman, but not so fast. Batman and his trusted troop of allies raid the lab and put a stop to the evil plan. What a Bane in the neck! Ah ha ha ha! A Bane in the neck. And then you can see some. Oh yeah, so here's some of those like robot animals. There's a tiger claw something, axe rhino, shock shark. That sounds cool. Blade wolf, blaster hawk, and then a weird Joker with a hyper hammer. So yeah. I like how he's going to develop a new and dangerous venom. Like the other versions of Venom were not dangerous. That's not right. Now I'm a bit concerned. You could potentially use this as some kind of a backdrop. You have to cut off the bottom, and I don't know, it's pretty bulky, but you could. So the plastic on these toys isn't usually super great, and I'm concerned about figures like Red Hood and Azrael here because of how the legs were posed in the box for so long that they're not going to be able to stand up, that those legs are going to be permanently bent. Good question, Arsenal Roy. I'm not sure. That was. It doesn't look like, does it? Nope. Those are. Let's see. So also his mouth section came off, but I think I can plug it back. It looks like it plugs back in. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's good. The arms rotate. And that's it. Oh, and then well, these are just loose pieces. Hey, Tiny Chris. Welcome. No, it looks like that's about it. The arms just sort of swivel a little bit up and down. Well, I suppose you can get a couple different poses out of it. So either it can look like he's running forward, or arms up for attacking. Yeah, he's way too buff to be able to move his arms. Gonna need a lot of shelf space for this guy, or at least put him back in the back, and then the smaller figures in front. I do really like all the translucent green plastic though. That's pretty cool. And there's even a lot of detail. You can see there's like a almost like a turbine thing going on, and these are segmented. You're all asking the really hard questions. How does he pee? How does he eat? Look, I can't answer these things. Maybe the system just recycles everything, including, you know, waste. It just all keeps going back and forth. Yeah, it's that parable of like the people with the really long arms or the really long spoons. Then they can't feed themselves. It's just like that. You teach us things, Bane. Alright, now there are some plastic bands holding the other figures in, but not all of them. Now this line has endless repaints and recolors for figures. So let's see. I've got a couple of things to compare. Get these things out of here. They even did a little plastic piece. Babe, you gotta get these kids out of here. Okay. They're swarming.
Okay. Usually
I don't know what's going on with the little one.
Come on, we can't watch today.
Well, not everybody can be in here. I mean, if he's gonna be in here calmly, then that's fine. But I can't.
Here, come on. No, you can watch them. I'm sorry, because I said yes before.
Alright, let's get these. Fortunately, with these little... these are the worst kind of plastic bands, because you cut them and then the little pieces... I know, right? They're... Yeah. Oh, look at how awful those legs are. That's a figure who's not going to be able to stand. Ah, bummer. And honestly... that's pretty much why I bought this set, was for Red Hood. Oof. Yeah. And that's been, oh, it's a, he's got like goofy animated legs. Yeah, I'll have to find, he does have holes in his feet though, so as long as I can get one foot remotely straight, I can find a base for it. And then I might be able to get him to stand on a base. Now the cat is coming in? That's too much. That is entirely too much. Sorry for the noise. I know sometimes this is loud. Okay. All right, let's start with Batman. Yeah, well, the cat is not supposed to be in this room at all. Of course, cats don't listen, cats don't care. What do you have to say? So we're constantly chasing her out of here. But, you know, cats. All right, so this is the standard Batman in the Batman Unlimited line. He's got a little bit of goofy proportions. Big old chunky feet, big hands. But otherwise, you know, not bad for a Batman figure. A cowl that comes up over the chin, which is, you know, stylistically interesting. For a little kid figure, decent articulation. He's got the kind of like the put up your dukes style. Yeah, the the belt is a little high up on his body, for sure. They've done several different versions of. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because I have another version of this on the shelf. Oh, you know, I thought this was this. No, this is actually a very different. Oh, that's super different. This was so at Target they would occasionally do like single packs of like Batman figures and stuff in the holiday section. So it's like, here's a Batman for Easter or some garbage. Hey, Aridinsk. So I think that's how I got this one, and I'm just realizing that this one is like super basic. It's only 5 points of articulation and a unique sculpt, but definitely not as good a sculpt. And also shorter? Weird. Okay. But yeah, I think this is the same. Hey, Emily, I think this is the same as the standard version of Batman in the line. Yeah, I have one on the shelf over there and it looks to be the same. The blue color might be a little... Hold on, let me grab it. Yes. Oh yeah, no, I'm not kidding about the holiday thing. Here was the Halloween Batman in black and orange, which looks decent. And again, just a recolor of an existing sculpt that was out before. Obviously, not the same line as these guys. This is a little bit more of a multiverse feel. But yeah, they did all sorts of silly one-off Batman figures. So yeah, different color. Oh, and oh, look at that! Wait. This one, no, this is the same. All right, so these are the same sculpt except for a different head. So it's not the same at all. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool. Upgrade. So this is a better Batman. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that may have been a symbol again for one of those animated movies. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, so we've got Batman. We've got Robin. Robin looks pretty slick. Oh, look at that hair. Bam! Look at that. So in theory, this would be Tim, right? Because if we've got Red Hood, then this is post Dick. Post Dick. I dig Robin. He's a cute little figure. They made some effort to make him look, you know, a little bit more youthful than Batman. He's definitely skinnier. He doesn't have those gigantic hulking forearms, but his are a lot longer for some reason. But you know, kid. There's even, they attempted to do some sort of like symbol on the on the shoulders. It just kind of looks like a gash cut into there, but they tried. So yeah, Robin's pretty good. Next is, we've got a Batman Beyond. I'm just gonna drop him right there. So it looks like, trying to see if he has any shared parts, but it doesn't look like. Oh, and Robin even has built-in shoes. That's cool. So let's see. Same legs. So we've got shared legs. The chest is the same. But do you see that the arms are different? There are only two of those little things here rather than the three. He's got the better Batman Beyond belt there. And then that distinct face, so there's no separation for the cowl. It just covers his face seamlessly. He also has the same articulation, so he can move around a little bit. Now again, some of these figures were available in other packs, either singly or I think there were like 2 packs where you had 2 guys fighting. But at some point I did pick up, so I do have a Batman Beyond, and it's the same figure for sure, but then it had a capture bat, because that's what you need when you're a bat person. You need more bat stuff. Let's see. So this was $7.60 originally. I found it for $5.36. Boom. They did market these for children, so they have it all the way down to 3 and up, which is actually kind of surprising. You don't usually see this size and level of action figure for that at that young of an age. It has all the same gotta catch 'em alls as the big pack. Bat becomes Capture Claw. This is no laughing matter. So yeah, Batman Beyond is good. I don't remember being a huge fan of the show. I know a lot of people have a lot of love for it though, but the design is cool. I know, Emily. I'm always looking out for those those deals in my toys. Hawk R&B, hello, welcome. We're looking at some Batman toys. So here we have Azrael. His legs too are a little bit jacked up, but it looks like he will be able to stand. Oh, thank God. Mainly because he's got these just giant feet, giant heavy feet, so that's going to be helpful. He's got a lot going on. Unique sculpt. There's a lot of sculpted detail on here. Again, obviously on these, there's not a lot of paint detail on any of these figures, but you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, it's chunky. And then he's got a huge belt, again with more detail. These sort of gauntlet arms. You can see there's even more detail on the chest underneath this piece. It's got that cool face. These things go over the top and the back. Oh, look at that. There's even more. Yeah, this toy is pretty cool. And if you remember on a previous episode, I had opened this one when he becomes the Bat. So now I've got... And some of you had looked up and found that there's a variant of this one in red. So, I don't know, maybe one day I'll try to track that down. So in here you can see these figures share the same legs. So Azrael going to Azrael Batman, which is interesting. And let's see what else. Ooh, they have this... No? Yes, they have the same shoulders. But this piece is different. Or is it? Or is it based on the same piece? Hard to tell. Yeah, it's always interesting to look at the sculpt. This one does not have a burning murder sword, unfortunately. Yeah, some people get put off with action figures that have really big feet. I always kind of like it because, yeah, they do make them more stable and more easy to stand. And generally, when I have a shelf full of action figures, I'm not looking at their feet. So yeah, I'm good with large-footed figures. All right, so we've got Azrael there. Deathstroke, which is an interesting character to include in a kid's assortment. I don't think... Yeah, no, it's on there. Deathstroke. So they've got his name right on the pack. Oh, I didn't update my Nightbot. That's okay. I'll remember that some other time. Follow Ryback's son anyway. He's a great guy, but he is not here today. Not my guest currently. So yeah, even on the 3 and up here, they've got Deathstroke, which oftentimes when they have characters like that on a kids pack, they'll try to call him something else or just kind of obscure his name, but no, they just went for it. Deathstroke for kids. What are you gonna do? Ruiner, that is a very good question. Yeah, Azrael, the Azrael storyline is definitely sounds like it's right up Snyder's alley. Again, the feet aren't so good here, but at least they're kind of splayed out a little bit, so I should be able to get him to balance. Yeah, right, he'll be able to balance. This figure is wonky, again with these just hugely chunky forearms, but they're pulled real tight to his body. A lot of bulk in here too with this. He's got like a Space Marine size shoulder pad that's attached to this crappy plastic thing here that's just loose. You can see though that there are some different colors going on with the purple inside, which is kind of nice. And then he's got like a very basic Deathstroke head. Not bad. Not too bad. Yeah, they always, with these giant forearms, they always look like they're doing a put up your dukes pose. Come on, let's go. All right, and then they included just like these ridiculously oversized, awful accessories. I didn't even like. What is? Are you supposed to hold it by these handles? That's weird. I don't know. And then it looks like this is a projectile from some other toy that they just stuck in here. This looks like it slots in and then it holds on to a trigger mechanism. That's what that looks like. Who knows? Yeah, Popeye Deadshot. And then we have Jason Todd, Red Hood. Again, really not happy about these feet, but I'll make it work somehow. Otherwise, I love him. He's my favorite. So this is again the new 52 look. We've looked at other Red Hood toys before. He's got the jacket. Good amount of detail for the jacket. These little panels going over the shoulders and on the sides and down the sides there. And then with the bat chest kind of thing. And it's actually rubber, so you can open it up a little bit. He's got his own belt. And look at this. His utility belt actually has built-in holsters for his pistols. Now, obviously, this toy doesn't come with pistols, but that's a pretty cool detail that they added. Red Hood does use guns, so he has holsters. Now, those holsters, because they are attached, they will limit his range of motion a little bit, but not even too bad, actually. That's the detail that I like to see. Yeah, their hands are silly. But again, it fits within the line. And then a good Red Hood helmet. I don't like the ones that have the face details, because those look weird. So thankfully that one's just kind of smooth. Oh yeah, Red Hood is he does what he wants. I see that Red Hood is still kicking around in the comics now. I figured he'd be gone by now, but apparently they're using him in the new Future State stuff, which I've except for just seeing some images online, I have no idea what any of that stuff is about. But one day I'll catch up on comics again. I got out of comics, what was it, sometime last year, right? I guess just a couple months before the pandemic, maybe. So just over a year ago. It just got to be too much. I was getting a bunch of monthly comics. I was like, I can't. So I cut it out. Practically cold turkey. Okay, cool. Arsenal Roy. Yeah, I'm not a huge Batman fan in general, but I have found there have been Red Hood stories that I have enjoyed. So yes, I would say that of the Batman family, that yeah, Red Hood is probably my favorite, just because it's something a little bit different. I guess you could say it's kind of similar to how I liked the Kane Scarlet Spider stuff rather than Spider Man. That they those two characters sort of hold the same place within their respective families. Um, but yeah, overall, this is a super neat set. The figures are obviously stylized. They're obviously kidified a little bit. But again, I really like how the design, it all feels like it exists in the same world. And they do have some really nice details amongst the figures. I was just checking to see if I could figure out what that. There's not an R symbol there. It's just like a big belt buckle. And Jason Todd is in the Titan show, and apparently is going to be actual Red Hood in season 3. Who knows? Who knows? So the only other figures I have from this line, like I said, I have these two more basic Batmans. Oh yeah, no, there is no Batgirl. There should be a Batgirl. Or a Batwoman or something, but yeah. Okay, there's a really annoying thing with kids' toys. Not all the time, but a lot of times. Oh, and then of course. Hold on. We got to show Bane here and how big he is in comparison. Yeah, Bane is a super gigantic monster. Like, the size difference is just insane between these characters. So unfortunately, even when you're dealing with superhero stuff, it's rare to find mixed gender toy sets and even toy artwork. Now it is changing; things are getting better, but we have a lot of examples. Again, Benjamin is 6.5, and we have looked a lot in his lifetime about finding stuff that has, ladies in it. There's even friggin' Justice League themed stuff and without Wonder Woman on it. And it's like, what are you doing? It's crazy. Hey Cameron. Yeah, this Bane is giganto enormous. He does stand though, so that's good. Next to puny little Batman. Ooh, what did auto mod? Identity. Allow, we'll post it to chat. Weird. Okay, can't play is an auto mod? What? Auto mod didn't can't play? What? Why? Yeah. So anyway, but like I said, that stuff is changing slowly but surely. Thankfully, Marvel works on that kind of stuff too, with Black Widow's in the Avengers and other stuff. So yeah, but now it's I know, right? Now I know people will be saying all sorts of horribly offensive things that include the phrase "can't play." I'm not a huge Bane fan. I mean, he's interesting in the comics. From time to time, I don't know, whatever. But the only other real Bane toy I have is a couple versions of this one from the video games, which is a different take on the character, but still has some of those iconic things. And you can see he even does have some venom-filled, I don't know, veins on his neck. This one would be like an appropriate scale to Batman versus whatever this thing is. You know, Cameron, everyone is talking about the Harley Quinn cartoon. I gotta sit down and watch that at some point. Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet. Oh, Erden's maybe. I guess. Bane. I mean, Bane's fine. Okay, all right. Enough of you have told me that. Several of you have told me that the the Quinn cartoon is really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's on HBO Max, right? I'll start watching that one as soon as I finish Doom Patrol. It's on the list. I'm almost done with Doom Patrol Season 1. Alright, so that is the Batman Unlimited line. I don't know if these toys are still available anywhere. Again, it's not... Because it was just a toy line for kids tied to some of these little animated movies. It may still be around in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. Ooh, that sounds cool. Now, wait, is it one of these cartoons where they just drop in a bunch of characters from the DC universe almost haphazardly? Because those are my favorite kinds. Just endless characters. Harley Quinn versus Aquaman. All right, cool. I'm sold. I'll check it out. So from the depths of my toy closet, and yes, I have a toy. Oh, they actually serve purpose. Okay. I mean, hey, look, I like haphazard things as well. Gentle Giant, this company, you may not know the name Gentle Giant. They're a collectibles company. But if you are at all into, I've mentioned this before, but if you are at all into toys or statues or any kind of collectibles, you've definitely seen something they've made. You probably even own something they've made. Gentle Giant is they were the premier 3D scanning company. Yeah, squirrel. They're, sometimes they scream at each other. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, Gentle Giant. They're actually located here in Burbank, or at least they were. They've gone through some changes over the years. But Gentle Giant was way ahead of the game as far as 3D scanning. And it used to be that if you were making a product and you needed to 3D scan a person or an item, like a sword or something, or even a location, Gentle Giant was the company that did it here in Hollywood, in California, whatever. I got to go to their facilities and do a tour, and it was incredible. This was a number of years ago, and when they were, like I said, even if you don't know their name, they do a ton of work for other toy companies as well. They farm out their stuff. So at the time, this was when Mattel was doing WWE toys. And so there was like a line of wrestlers at the Gentle Giant headquarters going in to get scanned for the output to make the toys, which was pretty cool. But they also make their own stuff, and they do a lot of retro things. So one of the things they did, obviously, was Superpowers. Superpowers, if you're not familiar with it or you don't remember, it was a toy line in the 80s. I have a couple of them. Let me grab them. Where are my Superpowers? Oh, damn it. Okay, it's over. And Superpowers are such an iconic toy line. So again, they look like this. They have action features like this. Green Lantern. He also, well, originally he would raise his arm to... It doesn't quite work as well anymore. There was another Green Lantern that had a little tiny, like a squeeze bladder and a line that went through a little socket in the back of his arm, and then you could spray water through his ring, which was kind of cool. So again, just like little action features. And over the years, various companies have taken the Superpowers logos and the style and sort of reused it. Yeah, the purple suit Lex Luthor, yes. Tiny Chris, it's mostly the figures. I have some display stuff, but yeah, mostly figures. Just endless figures. So yeah, like I said, over the years, so Mattel has done action figure versions of these that were basically their standard action figures, but in packaging that looked like Superpowers things. Kotobukiya did a line of these as statues. Hold on, let me grab one of those. So we've got the action figure, and he came with a little lantern. I have it somewhere. Honestly, I have like 200 Green Lantern lanterns that I just have lined up on the shelves, so it's up there somewhere. But then Kotobukiya did a statue version, and they made it look like the toy, so it looks like it has articulation. It doesn't. The lantern is a separate piece, though. But these were pretty neat, the way they did them. So anyway, like I said, and as Squirrel said, this is a super iconic toy line from the 80s. So Gentle Giant also did a couple of different things with the Superpowers. First of all, they made jumbo versions of these that were 12 inches tall, but with the same look to it. And then they did these little micro figures. This was specifically the 2016 convention exclusive set, so I got this at Comic-Con. They later released these individually, as well as a couple of other figures. I know that there was a Lex Luthor in the battle suit, and a Robin, and a Joker, and a Flash. I think that's as far as they got. It wasn't as popular as they thought it was going to be. Oh, there you go, and Wonder Woman. Oh, Lex Luthor was only at Walgreens. Friggin' Walgreens exclusives. But again, obviously, like all the original artwork, the colors, and just very, very cool stuff. I did check to see if this pack was worth anything. It is not, so I'm going to open it up. Yeah, Walgreens has a lot of exclusive toys, which sounds dumb, but but it's true. And again, these figures that are in here, these were available individually, so I think that's why this pack wasn't... It's just like the presentation was the only thing exclusive about this. So, you've got each one in its own little card pack, which is cool. Now, they wanted to make these as authentic as they could. So the way they did that was by including cloth capes on the figures, with capes, obviously. I don't know if I agree with that decision, only because they look kind of goofy at this scale. I mean, to be honest, a lot of cloth capes on toys look goofy no matter what the scale is. But I don't know. I mean, it's... It's just weird. Like this one in particular, like there's just like what is going on? It looks like a barbershop kind of bib across his chest. It's kind of all over the place. It's tacked down poorly. That just looks terrible. I'm just gonna remove that. Actually, it's fine. He doesn't need the symbol on the back. Oh no, okay, no. I guess that was just to protect the packaging. Woo, okay. All right, dodged the bullet there. But yeah, it's not great. I mean, the figure's cool. You know, obviously retro version, but I think these would have looked cooler had they not done the cloth cape. Let's put it that way. It's the poor quality. Yeah. Yeah, and obviously they're not going to have all of the exact same details in these little tiny versions. Batman looks better, I would say. Oh, come on. But even so, like, it's just, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. For this scale, yeah, Batman definitely looks better, I think. Better is marginal. It's fine. These were not very expensive. Batman is a little bit bloated, yeah. Hey, Batman needs to eat too. Let's get Wonder Woman out here. Now, obviously, they're not articulated or anything. They're just itty-bitty statues, but they did make it look like they're articulated, so you can see even like the back of her knees. Looks like there are joints there while there are not. And, yeah, I mean, she's fine. The paint is a little bit sloppily applied, you might say, on her face. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Charlie Brown. I mean, the details are all there. Like, you can even see her little earrings. They're sort of little red splotches next to her face. They tried, I guess. They tried. I don't know. Okay, they're not great. They're not great. But they're small, they're cute. I wish they had, for several reasons, I wish they had done a Green Lantern. Obviously, it's my favorite character. I have all sorts of Green Lantern collectibles, but it would have been cool to have the mini, the regular, and the Kotobukiya statue. That would have been cool, but I don't believe they did a Green Lantern in this scale. I mean, these are fine. They're fine for what they are. Well, again, she does have painted earrings. You can see the little red dots. And she's got the tiara on there. It's it's a very small figure. No, it obviously it could have been better. But what are you gonna do? I do also have the Kotobukiya Superman retro style, whatever. So here's the Superman. Whoa. Cloth cape on this one as well. Superman looks fine. It's a good one here. And now Superman's action gimmick was you squeeze his legs together and his arm lifted. So for this toy, they actually did a gimmick so you could remove this arm, and then he had an arm where it was like 3 arms in one with a swoop effect. I don't know where I put it, but it's super gimmicky, and I don't know why anyone would actually display it that way, but at least they included an extra part with that. So yeah, so I've got regular teeny tiny Superman and statue version of Superman. Go over there, Superman. Yeah, minimal effort on the bases as well, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean it's about the same. There's less to screw up, I think. There's just a tiny little spit curl, and then just the eyes and the eyebrows. No, the statue of Wonder Woman looked good, actually. And then yeah, the Batman that you were on, that was he's a little puffy, just a little bit. Profile's pretty good on that Batman, actually. All right, Wonder Woman's not the best. This could be. I haven't seen anybody else with these in person, so this one could just be. Could just be an error. The other examples of this toy might look better than this one. Let's put it that way. I might have just gotten a dud. I was thinking about the. So Tiny Chris, that was one of my favorite gags from The Simpsons. Was the makeup gun? That was great. It's bloated Batman. Yeah. Oh, the guy was trash. Speaking of cartoons. Well, I guess that wasn't Simpsons, Futurama, but that was great. The future Oreo system. Or just endless packaging to build an Oreo, and then he opens it and licks the cream and throws the rest away. Oh, so good. Right, hold on, I gotta bust a little bit of this trash before it completely takes over. Alright, good enough. Okay. I still love you, Wonder Woman. Everybody else is making fun of you, but I love you. You people are so nasty. I'm trying to see if I have... What other interesting Wonder Woman toys do I have? In some lines Wonder Woman actually gets treated really well. So I showed before there was... a line of really simple Justice League toys at Target. Here, maybe this will make up for it. So you get these like really blocky, chunky. I mean, I don't know. I don't. This Batman, it looks like some of the animated shows, but that Superman is just ugh. So anyway, in a line that looks like this for the dudes, then they made this just freaking awesome Wonder Woman. So occasionally, Wonder Woman gets treated with a lot more respect than the dudes. I mean, it is a style for sure. Oh, Fadier, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I see all these crazy weather reports. But yeah, this is like genuinely an awesome Wonder Woman toy in a line of just goofy figures. Yeah. And there's such a variation. Like Wonder Woman always, like everybody has this idea of what Wonder Woman looks like, but there are so many different versions of the costume, and sometimes it's slight, sometimes it's silver details versus gold, different torso piece, but there have been a lot of variations of Wonder Woman costumes over the years. Bangs are a style, that is true. Yeah, but we could do a whole Wonder Woman retrospective one day. Oh, and then like these really weird hands. I don't know. In the feed. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Yeah. All right, this one was kind of a weird one. Yeah, no, there were no accessories in this line. They just had these really weird, outsized, gripping hands. I don't know. Kotobukiya did a line of Justice League figures in the New 52. Excuse me. So this was kind of a cool Wonder Woman. So yes, this is the all-important Wonder Woman with pants. A short-lived experiment. Also with the silver, so the silver and red. And this was the one where they kind of put their own spin on what some of the characters looked like. But I thought this one was pretty cool too. Yeah, the pants are interesting, and again, like not high heels either, which is pretty cool. Yeah, exactly, Arsenal Roy. This was early New 52. This was and in this line, this was the Jim Lee, the Jim Lee version. So all of the characters have like extreme high collars, or at least some sort of collar. And I have the whole line of the Justice League characters in this. So this is the Kotobukiya 1/10 scale. So they're 7 inches tall, somewhere around there. And then they expanded this line forever. They ended up doing just a million other good guys, bad guys. So like I said, I've got the original 7 Justice League members, and then I've got a Red Hood, I've got a Nightwing. What else? Maybe that's it. And there's some other cool stuff. They have magnets in their feet, and they come with little metal, or they have metal in their feet, and then they have magnetic bases. So yeah, these were neat. Yeah, I liked the Supergirl redesign on the show. That was neat as well. Yeah, and then based on this scale, the 1/10 scale, then Kotobukiya also went off in some interesting areas, like because they had done the Bishujo figures, which are like the sexy versions of the characters, of the ladies, but they've also branched out and done the sexy male characters, which is the Ikemen line, which I do have one of them. I have the Red Hood from that line, of course. There's a Superman, or there's a Batman, Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin, one of the Robins, and then they did a Joker, which is really weird. But yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. So I wrote catalog text for Kotobukiya for over a decade. I don't write for them anymore, and a fair amount of their products were sexy lady products, right? So I would have fun writing the descriptions for those. And at one point, I got a note that one of my descriptions was rejected. There was a particular Bishujo statue of Harley Quinn, and it was a wild statue. This was one where she had a giant mallet that she was sort of leaning over. The mallet was like the head of the mallet was on the ground, so she was holding on to the shaft of the mallet, and it ended in like a rounded knob, and she was sort of caressing it. You can imagine where I'm going with this. So I used a little bit of innuendo in the description, and apparently Warner Brothers was like, "Nope, you can't say that." I said, "Okay, I'll fix it. It's fine." But yeah, I think I did pretty well. In over 10 years of writing, I only had 2 things rejected, I think. Yeah. But I mean, like, you're clearly making a toy where Harley Quinn is stroking the knobbed end of a long phallic thing. So yeah. It was very interesting working for a Japanese company because of the things that they were interested in doing and just the things that they had just no clue about. I'll find the picture of the statue. So there was, in Japan, there are all sorts of interesting products based on things from World War II and different militaries around the world, and that's fine. There are these things like Kantai collection, so it's they're anthropomorphized warships that are sexy ladies or girls, based on like these actual real life warships and things like that. So there's a ton of that stuff. But at one point there were a line of, they were part girls, part airplanes, I think is the one I'm thinking of. And again, that's been a couple of different series, but there was one of those, and there was a character in that line that she was based on Adolf Hitler. And her name was like an anagram of Adolf Hitler or something, but it was like clearly like that's what it was. And I got the information for a whole bunch of products. Like I would do like 20 products at once. And I got to that one, and I looked and I was like, okay, so and I looked it up just to make sure that I wasn't imagining what it was, and that this was a real thing. And it's like, okay. So then I wrote an email back, and I was like, just to let you know, this is not cool. And I had points, and like I laid it out because they clearly, like, they didn't do it, they weren't trying to offend anyone necessarily. And I said, okay, so number one, I'm not going to write the text for this. I'm just not going to. And number two, I recommend you reconsider releasing this in the American market. And I think that I don't think they ever actually did. I think they took my advice on that one. Or if they did, it wasn't a widely publicized release. But yeah, some interesting things. Yeah, weird to us, but I don't know. There's all sorts of things you can talk about, like the whole idea of island cultures. Oh my God, Tiny Chris, Automod just does not like you today. I'm gonna allow the word Asian. I mean, the word Asian is not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, look, they could have had somebody else write the thing. I just said I'm not going to write it. No, Tiny Chris, it hit on Asian. It was fine with you writing Nazis. I don't know what's wrong with Automod today. I mean, Cameron, it's a valid question, if nothing else. Nope, Automod just. Oh, I guess it didn't like all those words together. I don't know. Automod is being really weird. I'll go months without seeing Automod, and then we get 2 hits of it today. Weird. Yeah, but like I said, that was the only like genuinely. I mean, I don't even know if I'd use the word offensive. Just so weird to our sensibilities. But yeah, and I just said, look, I wasn't, and I didn't say I'm going to quit over this. I said, I'm just not writing this one. If you still want to release this product, just have somebody else do it. But, yeah. Weird stuff. All right. So we got some Batmans and these little things. Like I said, my review of the Snap Ships will probably go up tomorrow. But they're neat. You can make some Cylon kind of stuff and some heroic looking spaceship things. Oh, maybe Aridinsk. Yeah, I know there's a lot of racial stuff going on right now. It's a crazy world we live in. Crazy world. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up and go try to get some work done today after a nightmare of a night and not sleeping. Oh, okay, Zara, that's cool. I'll check it out. Today, there will be Dune with Jessica. It is Dune's Day today. That will be at 5 p.m. Pacific over on her channel, so definitely come check that out. I can't guarantee you how much reading will be done, but we'll see. The plan is to continue reading. And what else is happening? I don't know. Normal stuff other than that, I think. There was something else I wanted to mention, but I can't remember. I'm sure it's fine. It doesn't matter. Yes, 10 minutes of glorious Dune reading might happen. Let's see. Who shall we read? We've got some read some Dune's Fairy comics, so we can do that. Which of our friends is online right now? Cameron, are you going on now or not till later? Yes, Squirrel. There will be. I mean, there might be some rails, but probably not. I don't know how much of the red you can see. I'm wearing my my Donald Duck sweatshirt today. Oh, Cameron. Okay, not till noon. All right, everybody, check out Cameron at noon, playing some cool video games. Let's do. All right, our buddy Minty Squids is on. We'll raid Minty Squids. The Rondo of Blood Carousel. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna raid Minty Squids. Minty Squids is playing some video game. It just said, and I lost it. I don't know, something. Otherwise, everybody have a great Tuesday. Yeah, all those other streams happening today, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, there's a good chance that our kids are gonna watch some TV today and let mommy and daddy take a rest. Oh, come on, raid menu. No, you're not gonna do it. Typical. Well, that's fine. I can do it myself. Oh, I'm sorry, Rabbit Wombat. Well, I hope everybody hope for a miracle for Rabbit Wombat. Yeah, otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow for Warhammer Wednesday, continuing to build the Storm Speeder. We got the frame, the basic bits. Add to it, maybe finish it. I don't know. We got a couple of the optional parts to build, so there's a fair amount of it left to go. Okay, that's it for me. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, talking toys, looking at some weird stuff, and I'll be back later with Jess, and then back tomorrow for Warhammer. All right, let's go say hi to Minty Squids, and I'll see you all Later. Bye. Oh.